What's going on, guys? It's your boy Sleazy here. We got a little bit of a double feature today for you. That's right, you're going to get two articles in one because I honestly think they're both related. And you might be wondering why I have the old Ricky Berwick tweet of the Dead by Daylight fiasco, where they thought it would be a good idea to hire a transgender weirdo to voice their unknown character that was a man dressed up as a woman that looked like it had gone rafter swinging and had a bonus hole in its neck. Well, it's because it involves them, but not just them. We got Behavior Interactive and a Sweet Baby Inc. client, Avalanche Studios, doing some major layoffs. It, go woke, go broke. That's the best I can say about it. But this one gets a little bit crazy because it's not your normal get woke go broke story because the PR is strong. The PR is absolutely strong. When I say PR is strong, I mean the absolute cope because it's PR statement after PR statement. So before we get into the article, guys, make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share this one out. And with that being said, let's get into it. In proving true the old H.P. Lovecraft adage, with strange eons, even death may die, Dead by Daylight developer Behavior Interactive has announced they will be cutting a total of roughly 95 employees from their company workforce due to what they claim is a recent rise in unprecedented competition. Unprecedented competition in what? Because it's sure as hell not in the AAA studio title. Are you saying the indie developers who aren't doing the Sweet Baby Inc. DEI injection are stealing your customer base? But after all the years you've told us that we have to be inclusive, and this is the way it has to be, and we have to buy your woke products, you're telling me there's competition that doesn't do it, and you're losing to them? God, I love capitalism. Revealed the news in a press release publicly released since removed from their official company website on June 4th, I couldn't imagine why. But the internet is forever. As soon as you post it, you should expect it to be there forever somewhere. Whose only other title of recent note is the live experience disaster known as Silent Hill Ascension. That's another disaster. That was the free game that everybody hated. Everybody hated that damn game. And now we've got the video I did yesterday where it's the characters are androgenized and made fat. And the one looks like David Duchovny. Announced they would be undertaking several strategic structural changes with the aim of drawing upon the company's historical strengths to craft an ambitious vision for its future success. If you don't fire your entire marketing team and cut out the woke rot, you're never going to get there. You're going to fade into oblivion and nobody's going to even notice you die. As to why they were undertaking the cuts, Behavior Interactive explained, while they have been able to grow their workforce from 575 employees to 1,300 employees over the past 5 years, during the same time, the greater gaming industry witnessed remarkable growth, thus leading the studio to face unprecedented competition. And you chose to go down the woke path. That path leads to nothing but death, despair, and destruction. Indie companies, your indie developers, your people making small games are not having this issue. They can't have enough people. Within the challenging context, Behavior has renewed its focus on historical strength. This sounds like all their PR nonsense, which it is. So jumping down, as a result of the changes, the company will reduce its team by up to 95 employees, 70 of who are based in Canada. Get wrecked, Canada. Each of these individuals offered valuable contributions to Behavior. X to doubt because you're laying them off, which means they weren't needed. But I think the important part here was in January, the studio cut roughly 45 employees. They have cut more than 10% of their staff. The company is failing. It's absolutely failing. Meanwhile, Japan, actual Japan, God, that looks like utter disgust. That looks like a man in a fucking pink dress. Fire. Kill it with fire. Anywho, you've laid off more than 10% of your staff. Your company is failing. Meanwhile, Japan can't keep enough people. They can't hire enough. And not like the woke American, North American studio that of Nintendo that's woke as shit and does retarded stuff all the time. The actual Japanese companies can't hire enough people. They're thriving, but you guys are failing. And it's because of things like this. Sweet Baby Ink client Avalanche Studio lays off nearly 10% of its staff and announces closures of New York and Montreal locations. Go woke, go broke. I'm going to read the article, but I think it's going to be everything I've said already. Avalanche Studio Group, a client of Sweet Baby Inc., announces laying off nearly 10% of its staff and shutting down its location in New York and Montreal, just completely shutting them down. The company posted a statement to the website. Let's read what it says because I'm sure it's going to be, just pure cope and PR statements. Since its inception over 2 decades ago, Avalanche Studio has grown to encompass 5 locations worldwide: Stockholm, New York, Malmo, Liverpool, and Montreal. Today, we regretfully announced the closure of 2 locations in New York and Montreal. This means we'll be parting ways with around 50 valued friends and colleagues. You don't give a shit about them. You really don't. Which represents nearly 9% of Avalanche workers worldwide. Another 10%. I'm telling you, we're 6 months in, and I have to do the tally. I think we're close to 100,000 people being laid off in the tech industry gaming sphere. 100,000 people because you guys wanted to go woke and nobody wants your garbage. All right, and there's a Sweet Baby Ink list. I've done that in previous videos, but you can see they are right there in the middle, right under co-op. Wizards of the Coast, they've done some layoffs. Remedy's done some layoffs, and they're doing the terrible games. Ubisoft's done a ton of layoffs. Square Enix they've dumped them. They've pretty much gotten rid of allegedly they're getting rid of all the woke nonsense. Xbox, Microsoft, they've done layoffs. EA's doing layoffs. All these companies are doing layoffs. I couldn't imagine why. It's not like they decided to inject identity politics, go the commie route, and now aren't making money and have to lay people off. So in August 2023, Sweet Baby announced that Me Games was shutting down following the release of Shadow Gambit: The Cursed Crew. That's another one that they killed. The DEI nonsense is literally the touch of death. As soon as you start it, you can't get rid of it. And it stays there forever and ever. And all it does is cause you to hemorrhage money. It's a rot. But I know not everybody's familiar with Avalanche Studios. So let's take a quick peek at the games they've made. So let's look at their games. All right. Contraband, that's upcoming. I don't know if it's still upcoming, and I don't care. Ravenbound, I don't think I've heard of that game. Let's take a peek at it. Okay, it doesn't look bad. Looks open world. That's kind of unimpressive. Also looks nice. But how long has that been out? Steam, Ravenbound. Let's take a look on Steam, guys. Oh my god, that's not what we were shown on their website. That's not at all what we were shown on the website. That looks atrocious. Holy shit. Like, Valheim, I think, looks better than this. What the fuck is... You're playing as furries? Yeah, mixed reviews, 705 reviews. No wonder why. It's been out for over a year. Over a year. The price point of $30, nobody bought it. Fantastic. God bless. Call of the Wild, the Angler fishing games, Generation Zero. Generation Zero, it was an okay game. I wasn't a huge fan. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't something I wanted to refund, but just like every once in a while, I'll boot it up and shoot robots. More hunting games, Rage 2, Just Cause. Just Cause was like a weird GTA more action combat oriented. I kind of dug it. Mad Max, I don't remember playing that game. Just Cause 3, Just Cause 2, Hunter. Yeah, so yeah, you guys haven't made good games for a while. All right, I don't care about the 2023 layoffs. We're doing new news here. Light up blah 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 breaks, PR, Steam charts. What's this? The recent release of Tales of Kenzaru Zao game. Steam D reports 287 players. Hey, it's still doing worse than oh shit, what was it? What was the Suicide Squad game? Had a peak concurrent of 200 else. Jesus. Oh, and they're like patting themselves on the back saying they're doing amazing. Yeah, Suicide Squad 24-hour peak 400, all-time peak 13,000. So slightly better than Suicide. Or Suicide Squad is doing slightly better than they are, but only slightly. Every time these companies push the DEI nonsense, it ends up in this. Nobody likes it, nobody wants it, and nobody plays it. Is anybody surprised? Did anybody watching ever play any of the Dead by Daylight or the Avalanche Studios games? It's like out of that list, like two, I was like, they're okay. And then we did the Steam review. Like, I want to hear everybody's thoughts on this. Did you play the games? Did you like them? Are you still playing them? Leave that in the comments section. And while you're there, make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share this one out. But until the next one, guys, be easily sleazy.